Welcome to Cosmic Readings and Messages for August 2019. I'll get to your sign in just a few moments, but I'm putting this little video in front of all the other ones just for a moment here. I've gotten some emails and some questions privately about doing private readings. I do them as I have time to do them. I've been very busy, so that's why we're a little bit late again this month. But I will be doing private readings for $10 a reading for all of this month. So if you're interested in hearing my reading, which will be a little bit more in depth than what you see here on the regular YouTube page, check the information down below the video, and I'll be happy to see if I can fit you in. Again, my private readings are a little bit different, and I won't have any specific time limit. I know some other readers have like a 10-minute hard limit or 15 minutes. Whatever time it takes for me to get the message, I will be happy to do that for you. So if you have a burning question, or you want some insight on a particular issue, or you just want me to go into more detail for you specifically in general, I will be happy to do that if I have the time. So send me a message. Again, the description is down in the bottom. Also, as a reminder, I don't really delve into astrology. I'm using the signs of the zodiac only for categorization. So if you want to read into the messages, your sign and that kind of stuff, that's perfectly fine, but I'm not really getting into the astrology, so I won't be talking about that kind of stuff in my readings. I'm only using the signs because everybody knows their sign, and it's just an easy way to categorize these readings. Speaking of my interpretations, they may be a little unconventional than what you see elsewhere on YouTube or other readers. My interpretations are based on what the cards mean in general, but also what the universe is trying to convey. So I look at the cards, and sometimes it might have to do with the images themselves, the colors in the picture, or other presentations and representations that the cards are portraying. Even their order might have something to do with the message that's trying to be conveyed. So keep that in mind. So without further ado, we now move on to your sign for August. Hello, my Gemini friends. Gemini for August 2019. Sorry for the little delay this month. It's been kind of busy. So I've already shuffled the cards and asked the universe for your message. One major card to oversee the whole month, 3 minor cards to give us the rest of the story for the month, and 1 angel card. So let's see what you guys have, my Gemini friends. So we start off with your main message for the month is the World card. And the World means you might be having the world there at your fingertips. It's a completion type card. You've reached the end of a goal or lesson. It can also represent travel, but the big thing is it's completion. You have finished something. You're also enlightened. So you're basically, you have the whole world in your hands. You know, it's kind of like that. So you feel complete, you're whole. Let's see what the rest of your cards have to say. So keep that in mind. You're completing something, or you have just completed something. You're about to complete something. You've got the King of Wands. I like the kings because the kings are the masters. You know, they're the ones. The King of Wands talks about being a leader, a visionary, an entrepreneur in some respects. So you know what you're doing. He's got courage, got the lion there. The King of Wands is a bold type of person. So if that could be you. He's also charming, has a lot of power. So if you've got something completed and you've got that World card, it makes sense. You might be the leader. You are that King of Wands. So they fit together. Then you've got that 9 of Swords over here. And the nines are, sometimes people see the nines as renewal. Now the 9 of Swords, is a depressing card. It talks about anxiety. It also represents thinking the worst and depression. Um, you know, if you are depressed, if my Gemini friends, if you're not feeling like everything is going well, it could be because you've been very, very busy. Um, I think that world card is a reminder that you have the world in your hands and you're about to complete something. And maybe that's what's causing the stress and anxiety of that Nine of Swords. Um, the Nine of Swords could also be grief. So maybe something has happened that's giving you some grief. Um, I don't think this is bad, but if you're feeling some depression or grief over something, and this might have something to do with what you have for your angel card, but it could also represent nightmares. So maybe you're just it's all in your head, like you're. What I'm thinking is the message that's coming through is with that Nine of Swords. It's you're thinking the worst, and that's making you depressed. That's making you have this anxiety because it's all in your head. When you actually are this leader, you've got the world. Maybe there's some stress and anxiety, but you're reading too much into it. Now you've got a messenger here. You got the Page of Wands. Pages, I kind of think of their messengers kind of like the knights. They come in with, the knights come in with their message on their horse. You could think of it that way. The pages are younger, and they bring you a message of like newness. And you've got the Page of Wands there, he's talking about a new project, a creative idea. Could represent an actual child, an active child type situation in your life. But I'm thinking new project or this creativity is what's coming through, and maybe that's what's giving you the anxiety. You've got everything. You're this leader, but you have this new project, this new thing that you need to work on, and it's giving you nightmares. It's giving you stress, but it's all in your head because you're the king. You've got the world. And everything otherwise seems to be going okay. The Page of Wands, the pages themselves are the messengers, the actual interpretation. And it could also be a new discovery. Like something is either you're going to discover something new or you just have, and it could also be creative. Artistic. That's the word I'm thinking of. And original. Like you have your own idea, and maybe that's giving you stress. But also, I'm also thinking that this stress card, this anxiety, which is all in your head, may be tied to what you have for the angel card because you've got Serena. There she is. She is the angel of abundance. You'll receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. So I think everything might be going well for you, and you're starting something new. And maybe this has cost you some money, or you've lost some money somehow in your dealings. Like finances are just strained, and maybe that's what's causing the anxiety. Because otherwise, everything else is good, and you're starting something new, it looks like, or something creative. The money's going to come. Everything's going to be fine, because you're on good footing. Everything here is good, but, maybe that's a financial burden that is going to resolve itself. If this has to do with a relationship or love, you've got the world. You are the king. You're the courageous person. This could be a new love venture, and maybe your stress and anxiety related to that. and there's a financial burden involved too. Maybe you're getting ready for a wedding. That would be something new. You're embarking on a new part of your life, and weddings cost a lot of money, and that's causing stress and anxiety and giving you nightmares because you're like, on one hand, I've got the world, I've got all this, it's going to be a wonderful life. I'm starting this new part of my life, something new and creative, maybe even a new job involved. But you're stressed out because of money, because it costs so much to get to this. And Serena's saying, don't worry, have faith. She's the angel of abundance. It's going to come back to you. Maybe somebody's going to help you. New job involved. Maybe that's what this is about. And so everything is going to work out because I think that's what the stress is about. It's involving money. Because she comes right forward and says, she's the angel of abundance. You have it coming. So there you go, my Gemini friends. I think I'm going to call this video Don't Stress Out. It's going to be okay. Because that's the main message I'm hearing. Don't stress out. Everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. So there you go, my Gemini friends, for August 2019. And remember, the universe is always watching down on you.